rocking.
Running the intro thing.
Right now?
Yeah. This is not a drill.
This is not a drill, it's for real.
Eureka.
We make plays every day, yeah. We make plays every day,
Uh-huh.
We make plays every day,
Uh-huh.
We make plays every day, We make
Yeah.
plays every day.
I got the homie
We make plays
Pittsburgh
every
on
day,
this one.
We make plays every day, Plays every day,
Hey. Welcome to Playmaker AF. That means Playmaker as fuck. Setting this motion at my door one time. But hey, I want to bring in a very special good friend of mine. You know what I'm saying? You might have heard me ignorantly, ad-libbing the intro as I so effortlessly do. And I had mentioned that he hails all the way from Fitchburg, Mass. You know what I'm saying? Boston too. I know you've spent time in Boston as well, but your stomping grounds is Fitchburg, Mass. So I want to be
Dirty Bird.
the Dirty Birds. I want to be clear when I introduce my man, HMNG representative, all the way, coming from Fitchburg, Mass. My boy, Matty Law. What's happening, Matty?
What's up, big homie? How you doing?
Woo, what's good with you, Five?
I'm chilling. Just smoking it out right now. Roll the backwoods, fat backwoods. Me and my girl chilling on the couch right now. Quarantining.
I heard the fuck out of that. How many girls you got
You
over
already
there?
know.
How many girls you got over there?
Yeah, just one.
I'm just fucking with you. He's like Bogard, you getting me in trouble.
Look at her look at me right now. Yup, look at her. She's looking bad right now.
Well, you know what? I'm poured up. I'm about to crack a beer. I got a shot poured up. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to light a backwood too. You know what I'm saying? Because I miss my brother. You know what I'm saying?
You already know.
Yeah, but okay. Well, check this out. Like I said, Matty, he's from Mass. He's a mass hole. You know what I'm saying? He's a Patriots fan as well. Just throwing that in there because you know what I'm saying. We'll probably ask a couple questions on that about that.
Pass Nation.
Yeah, but
Ain't no Tom Brady 12 no more though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. B, no more TB12. You know what I mean? We'll get to all that. You know what I'm saying? We'll get to the Matty Law timeline, the origin stories, all that, all the way up to how he met yours truly, Bogard, scot-free. You know what I mean? And even just how he got under the same umbrella as me under HMNG, because we were both under the same umbrella for a good minute, and before we were even aware of each other, we were just never in the building at the same time. You know what I mean?
But, you already know. All I gotta say though is thanks to Farmer John on that one.
Yeah, bro, and I actually grew up with Farmer John.
No shit.
Yeah, remember we had you had the same reaction when I told you this before. But you know what? We're skipping ahead. Before we get to the timeline, right? We're gonna go ahead and pay some bills. You know what I'm saying? Handle some housekeeping.
I still owe you money?
No. We're gonna handle some housekeeping. Yeah, you probably do. You know what I'm saying? But I'm one hell of a guy, so I probably was like, hey, forget about it, kid. No, but actually, if anybody owed me money, I ain't never forgetting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, but anyways, you know what I'm saying? Follow us at the GMM Network on Twitter. Follow me at the GMM Network on IG. Also, check me out on IG at Bogard Scott Free World. Shout out to our sponsor, Milk and Honey TX, for all your CBD wellness and all your CBD goodness. Shout out to Clev. Shout out to Big Up, Sundown Charlie, you know what I'm saying? But yes, for all your CBD wellness and all your CBD goodness, go ahead to milkandhoneytx.com. Also, want to shout out another crew that I'm a part of, the Rum Boys. Go ahead and visit us at rumboys.com. That's rumboyz.com for all our merch, all the latest and greatest articles for all you sports lovers. You know what I'm saying? We got everything for you on that website, rumboys.com. Also, shout out to our Rum Boys official sponsor, Monkey Knife Fight, for all your DFS players.
Monkey Knife Fight, I like that.
Yeah, Monkey Knife Fight, you know what I'm saying? Go to monkeyknifefight.com, make an account, use promo code RUMBOYS, get 50%. Get your first deposit matched all the way up to $50. That's Rumboys, RUMBOYZ, all capital. You know what I'm saying? So like I said, go to monkeyknifefight.com, make an account, promo code RUMBOYS, all capital. and we'll match your first deposit all the way up to $50. Daily fantasy sports coming back. You know what I'm saying? I mean, granted, the world is in madness right now. You know what I'm saying? We are gonna open up the show and talk about that. But before we do all that, Matty Law, let them know where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio, all that stuff, YouTube, all my videos. I got 6 videos right now. I'm in the process of making more. I got 1 album that dropped. Basically, that's gonna be on all streaming sites soon. And I'm in the midst of writing another album.
Yeah.
What's up?
No, I said I was telling the Playmakers that's all in the works right now. That's why I'm glad you're on here. It's kind of part of the rollout. You know what I mean? We're gonna make sure that all the Playmakers are very aware of all the Matty Law content that you got coming, everything that already exists out there in the big old ocean. Because me and my boy Matty Law, ever since I met this man, we were just slow motion in the big old ocean, trying to stay afloat. Okay, Matty.
And I had a fucking pool noodle. I ain't have no raft.
You feel me? And you know me, I had a big old battleship. I was like, come on board, son.
Right?
I mean, let's go to war.
Like waving a white flag already.
You feel me? And then, but see, on the other side of that white flag, it had a goddamn skull on it. He was trying, you know what I mean? He was like, you know what I'm saying? He wasn't no coward by any means. Nah, not the law. Not the, you know what I'm saying? Okay, now, Matty Law. My boy, man. First of all, good talking to you again. Been a cool minute.
It's
you know
been
what
a
I mean?
minute.
I know you've been going through some trials and tribulations. You know what I'm saying? We're going to touch on all that. But right now in the nation, man, with all this, you touched on a little bit, this quarantining with this COVID shit. And then, you know what I'm saying?
Staying safe.
And, unfortunately with the horrendous murder of George Floyd, bro. And, you know what I'm saying? Right now we're seeing justice for George all across the nation. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's peaceful protests all the way down to the crazy batshit riots, bro. Okay, so before we do this, man, we want to send our condolences to the family of George Floyd, and we also want to send our condolences to every unjust murder that we've seen over these years, man. That's caught on camera, and just, man, to all the families, we want to send our condolences. We'll give a quick moment of silence, and I'm gonna light this L for them.
I'm gonna take a few hits for them.
For sure, man. You know what, man? Our condolences and love. We're going to continue to fight. We're going to continue to fight for this, against this injustice. Now, Matty Law, for the Playmakers, I do want to preface this. I am a minority. I'm a Filipino American. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I got a lot of Spanish blood in me too. You know what I'm saying? I'm a mutt. You know what I'm saying? My boy right here, Matty Law, he is a Caucasian gentleman. You know what I'm saying? But I will tell you this much. He grew up in Fitchburg, Mass. He grew up around, diversity as far as a place like Massachusetts would be, because, majority of Massachusetts is Caucasians everywhere. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
And I know where you're from. You're from the colored area. You know what I mean?
Fitchburg. Yeah, I mean, you ain't lying there.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Have a lot of diverse people.
Yeah, and so I just want to ask you, bro, this, with everything that's going on, bro, what's it looking like over there in Mass right now?
So, at first, it looked like a ghost town, right?
Yeah, because of the quarantine shit.
Yeah. But, see, I was still working. I'm still an essential employee.
Yeah. You doing the construction, right?
Yeah.
I see you, Matty.
So, basically, it's like I make shit for the construction people. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But so I'm technically essential.
Yeah, and you in an area that you're not going location to location.
Nah, yeah, I work with 4 other people, so.
Okay, and motherfuckers is masked up and shit like that. Anyways, for sure, I'm assuming.
I mean, they were for the first few maybe a month.
Yeah, until you're just seeing these same 4 individuals, and then you're like, okay, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was like a few weeks actually. Then we took our mask off, but outside, you were talking like everyone else around. Fuck. Some people ain't wearing their mask. Some people think that it's just a joke. The government's fucking pulling shit. Some people think it's like a lot of people got their own views on this, but like,
Yeah, we won't necessarily get into the views specifically, but like, take me to like what's it looking like right now because everyone's outraged across the nation. Like, I mean,
no, there ain't no riots out here.
Okay, so the protests are peaceful out there.
Yeah, there ain't riots out here. I mean, I haven't seen one.
Man, that's dope, man. And you know what? I do want to say this, Playmakers.
What about in San Ho?
Bro,
what about San Jose?
Okay, listen. I do want to say, you know, rioting and violence, I don't want to promote it. I will say, if we're fighting the man, you know what I'm saying? If we're fighting corporations and shit like that, and motherfuckers that are pulling strings on us, the little folks, let's do that. Let's burn them to the ground.
For real. I'm with you on that.
But like,
I agree with that.
But when you got individuals out there that are running rampant, and you know what I'm saying, they're wreaking chaos and havoc and pandemonium and using this as a shield for a justification for them to go and rob and steal from like local smaller communities, I mean smaller businesses, and ruining our communities and shit, and like, or even just like, you know, out in San Ho, bro, they were on the 101, just people gathering on the freeway, stopping cars and shit, busting windows open.
What the fuck?
Yeah, that shit has nothing to do with nothing. That's all I'm saying. But at the same time, I understand the frustration. I'm frustrated with them. I'm a minority. Like, you know what I'm saying? My godfather, you know what I'm saying, may rest his soul. He was murdered back in when I was like 9 years old. But
yeah, you told me this.
Yeah, and like, you know, he's an African American gentleman that came from Alabama. So he used to tell me all about racism in the South, and he used to say, you know, then white folks is gonna look at you, you know what I'm saying, the same way they look at us. He's like, they don't count nobody but them. And he used to always tell me, you know what I'm saying, like, you know, just, you know, he would say, you know, you use the N-word. But he said, that's how they're going to look at you. Just like how they call us. And you know what he would say? But we ain't no N-words. He would say that, though. You know what I mean? Like, he was, you know what I'm saying? He was an advocate for, you know, civil rights and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? And like, so, unfortunately, I grew up in the East Side San Jose where, like, you know what I'm saying? My whole crew is we're like all the colors of the rainbow, bro. Mexican, Filipino, Vietnamese, black, Mexicans. You know what I'm saying? I mean, what else am I missing? Indians, bro. Like, we had it all, bro. And like, then you would have, and to be honest, where I'm from, the white people's the minority. The white people's the minority.
Where you going with that? Yeah,
And like, so we grew up real diverse, and like, but like, you know, our experiences with police was still the same. Like, you know, just pull up on us, rough us all up, you know what I mean? Take our shit, you know what I'm saying? Just, I mean, granted, you know what I'm saying? It seems to be even more worse that we got cameras now where like motherfuckers are catching this shit on film, or motherfuckers getting blasted, or motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? Like, or even you're familiar with out here because you spent a good amount of time out here.
Yep.
You know, the BART station.
Yep.
Yeah, so at the BART station, I mean, I can't remember how many years ago it is, but this was one of the first ones where like there was a BART station police officer. He had handcuffed a dude. I think it was like a New Year's. I might be slaughtering this story, but I do know he had handcuffed a dude, had him on his face, and he shot him in the back hella times, killed that motherfucker.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, and that was one of the first ones I can remember where I was like, what the fuck, because it hit home. That was where we were from.
Damn.
Yeah, and if I remember correctly, that motherfucker got off. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and a lot of these motherfuckers do get off. You know what I mean? And like, I do want to say though.
See, I thought nothing was gonna happen to the cop with George Floyd. I'll say that for real. I thought nothing was gonna happen, and I'm glad that he might get hit with that death penalty and got arrested right away.
I think they charged him. First of all, I think they charge him with like third-degree manslaughter. That's only like a handful of years, bro. And like, I don't like that. I really think they should execute him for the world to see, and immediately. Like, I want the whole fucking world to see this shit because
everyone knows something's gonna happen to him, and I ain't saying something like that, but you know what I'm saying.
I mean, you know he's gonna be PC'd up though. You know what I mean? He's gonna be protected in that motherfucker. But you know what I'm saying? But I don't like that neither. This motherfucker's not gonna be in general pop. I hope this motherfucker gets popped. I hope they lynch him in the streets the same way Same way he
worked
did
at
it to the
same
homie
club.
George, bro.
They worked at the same club, bro. So there's more to that story. Like, they know each other. Like, this white dude probably didn't like him. They were both bouncers at the same club.
Oh,
so
word. I didn't know
something
that.
probably happened. Something probably went down, bro.
Either way, bro, this cop already had like 16 prior, misconduct shit, like unnecessary fucking whatever police excessive force shit. He had all these blemishes on his record, bro. Like, this motherfucker knew what he was doing. He was nonchalant with a motherfucking knee on his neck. The dude was straight up begging for his life, bro. And like,
yeah, he said I can't breathe
and
multiple
listen,
times, bro. And that's fucked up. And he wouldn't let up, and that's fucked up.
And like,
that's fucked
everybody
up.
across the nation right now, everybody's protesting. But I will say, for everybody out there that's using this, as an excuse to go and rob and steal, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, man, that shit ain't going to get the message across. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And listen, though, I understand it though. And if I was younger, bro, I'd be out there, you know what I'm saying, probably organizing some shit of what to hit. Things that we can hit that aren't going to affect our community and hurt them. Because you know what it takes is hurting their money. You know what I'm saying? But at the same time, man, it's a fucked up situation, dog. Because of this,
it is.
Now there's riots all across America. You know what I'm saying? There's people being, being shot and people being stabbed and jumped and just the violence is crazy. And like, I mean, like
that part of this, that shouldn't have happened. But
I will say though too, there's a lot of bum ass police out there starting shit, like shooting tear gas at peaceful protesters and shooting rubber bullets at motherfuckers, telling them to get in their house and like, listen, like, you know what I'm saying, and all this shit. We're living in a day and age where everything's getting caught on camera, bro. It's ridiculous.
I read a few shit about some rubber bullets.
And
some dude got hit a few times just running away.
I feel that this shit is, I hate to say this, but I feel like it's going to get worse, a lot worse before it gets any kind of better. And like, I want to say everybody be safe. You know what I mean? And try to fight the real enemy. You know what I mean? Try to fight the real enemy. And if you don't know, try to diagnose who the real enemy is. Let's not be misled. Yeah. Let's not be misguided. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I'm from the Bay Area. Oakland's in the Bay Area. You know what I'm saying? And in Oakland, they had the Black Panthers, bro. These motherfuckers were organized. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? They would have been to handle this shit. You know what I'm saying?
Rest in peace to Pac, but his mother was a Black Panther.
Oh yeah, off top. So was Pac. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I just want to say, Playmakers, everybody be safe out there. Everybody, let's be smart. Let's fight this thing the right way. You know what I mean? And you do have two individuals right here that aren't African American, but I want to say that it's people like us that need to speak out. It's people like us that really need to step up because African Americans, bro, they've been going through this for centuries, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
And like, you know what I mean?
Facts.
My whole family's diverse. You know, I got cousins. I got
niece.
a lot of my cousins have black. A lot of my cousins have Mexican, have black Filipino, have Mexican Filipino, have Filipino white, have Filipino Portuguese, bro. Like, and we're my mom's family, 7 brothers, 7 sisters. There's a ton of us. We're hella deep, bro. We ain't never looked at it like, oh, okay. We just looked at it like we minorities for real because we're just one family, and that's how we should look at it, Playmakers. And I'm not excluding the white people in this sense, but like, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of, man, it kind of goes back to like, man, it goes back all the way to slavery days, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers, I mean, you know, it's an ugly blemish in American history, but the shit is real, bro. And you know what I'm saying? And it was them white folks, and a lot of them are still, a lot of their lineage is still in power, and that's why a lot of these things haven't changed. I mean, find different ways to fight.
It's the older generation. I'm telling you, it's that older generation.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
They still have that hate. They're still in power.
Yeah, it's ancestral, bro. You know what I'm saying? Some people just got it in their bloodline. You know what I mean? And it's unfortunate. But yeah, all right. I just wanted to. I felt like I wanted to address that because I would feel like it's irresponsible that I'm still putting out content and not addressing this shit as a minority.
Not for real, as it's going on and shit.
You know what I'm saying? And like, and bro, like, I mean, you know what I'm saying? You one of the real ones. You ain't one of them infiltrators that's trying to kick it with all the, you know what I'm saying, with in the culture and you know, cause you know You know what I'm saying? We know we are
I bleed
guessing
this culture, bro. I bleed this culture. This is me. I grew up in it.
You feel me? Okay, so now let's speak. Going back to growing up.
So
in it, right?
so wait. So ready? This little label got in touch with me. It was called Sprout Records.
Okay.
And so they reached out to me. They wanted to set up an interview. So I took the interview. And so this agent gave me an interview, asked me a bunch of questions, right? One of the fucking questions was, and it was the weirdest fucking thing. It was like, if there was one thing you can change about the music industry, what would it be? Right?
Yeah.
And I thought for a second, and I said, you know what I said though? I was like, and you know my answer, right? Because you know me, so you know this will come out my mouth. I was literally like, I wouldn't change a thing, because I grew up listening to this music, and as it changed, I changed with it. So, but I changed my style. I didn't dumb myself down, or like I just used that same critique that everyone else was using in the changing, and brought it back, and now it's coming back to a different spot, but it's also more lyrical. You know what I mean? So I just went on this whole thing like I wouldn't change shit because I grew with it. You know what I mean? And this dude was like blown away by it.
Well, I mean,
but these motherfuckers never called me back.
But see, you know what though? It wouldn't see that answer doesn't blow me away because I know you. You know what I mean? I know
exactly.
I know.
So
I know
that's
you
the
personally.
answer.
Yeah, and you know what too? I really wish you wouldn't have said that record label's name. If you just said, you could have just said a record label, because we ain't gonna give no bum ass motherfuckers any kind of shine. You feel me? This is HMNG right here, boy. You feel me? Okay, so now check this out. You were talking about, the culture and going back to the beginning, man. Take me to the beginning, man. When you first started making music, bro. Like, I think I know you've told me this story before, but you know what I'm saying.
So it all started out poetry.
Okay.
Like I was into fucking.
What was her name?
What
was her name?
I liked rhymes.
What was her name? He was like, I knew you was writing a poem for somebody. I know
music. That was
yeah. Hey, yeah, you know what? She is our first love.
No, but for real, it was literally like, Shakespeare. Like, I was young when I read one of fucking Shakespeare's books, and like Dr. Seuss. When you're growing up as a kid and you hear Dr. Seuss, like all those rhymes get stuck in your head. I just liked rhymes. So then all of a sudden, fucking, I started writing my own poetry, and then it turned into fucking music at the age of 12.
Oh shit! So because I mean. We got like what, a 7-8 year difference between me and you, something like that.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah. So exactly, we got like a 7-year difference between the two of us, right? And like, I know you're August, so you turning 29 this year, correct?
No, I'm turning 28 this year.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay.
I'm 27 right now.
Okay, so we do got like an 8-year difference. Okay, that's right. Yeah, because if I remember correctly, was it August 29th, 30th, 31st. See, I knew I was in the ballpark because a lot of my mans, a lot of my close friends are all within that week. August 29th, August 30, August 31st, September 1st, September. Yeah, I fuck with Virgos. Like the universe just naturally has you motherfuckers around me, bro. Like it's kind of crazy. Like, I fuck with y'all. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, same.
Virgos are very optimistic people. You know what I'm saying? They're very easygoing.
We think on our own. You know what I mean?
Yeah, man. Okay, so you was about 12 years old, right? You know what I'm saying? Do you remember the art?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the answer, but who was the artist really like that you connected with, or the artists? Like, go ahead and fire off some of these artists that really influenced you in the beginning.
So one of my favorites back was Pac. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yep. We've had this conversation.
And Pac, Biggie. Obviously Eminem.
Yep, Shady. Shout out to Slim Shady, friend of the show. You know what? I'm actually waiting for him to speak out on this shit too.
Like all that stuff.
See, I love it because Playmakers, like I said, even though me and him
I grew up on West Coast.
Yeah, I was just about to say that.
You know what I mean?
I was just about to say that because even Eminem, even though he's from Detroit, he came up under that umbrella. Under the Dr. Dre umbrella, you know what I mean? Where he was under the same umbrella with Snoop and them, you know what I mean? Where it's like all these individuals that actually his 6th degree of separation to Tupac even was just like 2 or 3.
Yeah.
he was one person away from Tupac. Whether it was Dre or Snoop, all these motherfuckers that actually work with him. Nate Dogg, you know what I mean?
For real. Nate, rest in peace, man.
Yeah, rest in peace. You know what I'm saying? Okay, so now, like, when did you start getting like serious with the recording? You know what I'm saying?
I was probably about 14. I set up my own shit. I hung a fucking microphone from a ceiling fan and had the laptop.
Nice. Do you remember the programs you were using?
I was using, when I first started, I was using, what's it called? Fruity Loops.
Okay, yeah. Shout Fruity Loops, give me money. Fruity Loops is the shit, bro. I mean, we still rock with Fruity Loops on beats and shit.
Yo, for real. No,
Yeah.
I'm telling you. And
Yeah,
then
man.
Mixcraft.
Oh, Mixcraft, okay. Yeah, I remember in my early days, we used to use the Acid Pro before we got on the Pro Tools. Like, we're using Acid Pro and Cool Edit and, like, Cakewalk and shit like that. And it was like, you know what? I remember when I was getting money, I was like, you know what? And then, this is when Pro Tools started becoming accessible. You know what I mean? It's probably like 2004 or 5-ish.
Yeah.
I remember I copped that joint and I was like, it's on. You know what I mean? Because
Yes.
now I've got the studio.
Once Pro Tools hit, I was at studios and I wasn't home recording anymore.
Yeah, you feel me?
Because my buddy ended up getting Pro Tools and I was just there every day. My buddy J-Pack, he ended up going to Puerto Rico and he's doing his thing with music right now.
That's what's up. Shout out to PR. You know what I mean?
Yeah, not for real.
Okay, so now you're recording, right? You're in high school and shit, like, and we can speak on this, the statute of limitation. You know, I remember you had told me too. You was slinging a little bit of weed, and not even a little. I say a little being, just kind of downplaying because you're moving a significant amount of some work. And,
Yeah,
you had told me a story
I
one
have
time.
I have my days, man.
And you had told me a story, man, like, because you had a partner that you was making music with, right?
Yeah.
And he tried to set you up, right?
So, So
this was down the road.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this is probably senior year. You talking about hooch? I don't give a fuck.
You guys is cool now though, right? Like, there's an understanding between you guys now though, right?
Yeah, they could be.
I mean, he more like he ain't trying to fuck with you. More like he don't want it. He don't want it with Matty Law.
Nah.
Okay, so so tell me the story because it was kind of cowardly. This motherfucker tried to set you up on some fuck shit.
I was chilling with this dude. Actually, it's AGR. It was AGR, the Wu-Tang's Harlem 6, He used to chill out here in Fitchburg, and he still does, There's a later story to that after I got back from Cali. But anyways.
Yeah.
So, I was chilling with him, and basically, I was going out to do my thing, get picked up. Boom, I get picked up. This dude's like, oh, you got it? I was like, well, you got the money, like this and that. So I had my backpack, like I had it, but I left it at the house because obviously I wanted to, you know what I mean? I felt something fishy.
Yeah.
So I was like, nah. So I was like, yeah, it's in the backpack, just show me the money. And they were like, all right, we're going to pull behind fucking the old school BF Brown. So it was my old, what's it called, middle school.
Yeah.
This closed down now, boarded up and shit. But anyways, we pull back in the back, and some dude comes out the fucking woodwork with a mask on, jumps in the fucking seat next to me. So now I'm in the middle. There's a dude next to me. So now he pulls out a revolver, puts it to my fucking head. I literally did not think. I grabbed the barrel off my head, pointed it towards the front of the fucking thing. I start yelling at the dude, punching the kid next to me, telling him to get out the fucking car. He jumps out the car. I still get the barrel against the driver's seat, and I'm holding it there, and I'm fucking kicking my way out. Dude, I jump out the car, and I keep running. Realize I left my backpack and my phone. I turned back, right? And to go back and get my backpack, so they threw it out. Everything's out of my backpack, no phone. So whenever I grab my backpack, I head back to the house, dude, and my fucking heart's racing. I'm almost passing out. Like, I did not know what happened to me.
Yeah, I've been on both sides of that barrel before. That shit ain't, you know what I mean?
Yeah, but I got myself out that situation. That's the thing. I did not think. I just did what I had to do, you know?
And this dude was that set you up. He was somebody you were actively working with too, huh?
Yeah, we were just at the studio the day before.
Damn, so what did he think was gonna happen after that? Like they were just gonna lick your ass and then everything. He was just gonna be able to walk all over you, like that. That's kind of funny to me. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, because this motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Because then he actively like try to get ghost on you, like try to not be in places you were at, correct?
Yep.
So he
I
already
ain't
knew
seen
what
him
was,
since. I'll tell you that.
yeah. I mean, like I said, I'm this. You know, this is for the playmakers. You know, I already know the nooks and crannies of this
But
this
damn,
particular
like
story.
I can remember in high school, I was jumped by 5 of his fucking friends. Fucking damn, I was walking down Green Street, wrong fucking street to be on. I get my fucking ass handed to me.
Man. Well, but I would imagine too, you was running around like looking for that motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So like, you know what I mean? They were aware of it. When they seen you coming, they were like, and you know what? And that adds some more of the coward shit. It's like, you know what I mean? Like you want to set somebody up and you couldn't even do it yourself. You feel me? Dude couldn't even do it himself. You know what I'm saying? And
Not for real.
and then like, you know what I mean? When it went sideways, like he was gonna be able to talk that, like convince you that, oh nah, it wasn't me, dog. It was this dude showed up out of nowhere.
No, exactly, right? You're the one calling me for it, and then this happens. Like what?
And bro ends up dipping out too, like, you know, jumping out the car on some weak ass shit. Like, you know what I mean? If you're gonna strong arm somebody, then do it, motherfucker. Don't get roughed up by the dude you trying to rob.
His buddy ends up jumping out the car like nothing happened.
Man,
it was crazy.
Yeah, bro.
And the passenger and the driver did nothing. They both sat there silent.
Well,
they didn't know what to do when I fought back.
They were trying to, and they was trying. You know what they was trying to do? They was trying to get their little piece of that little pie and shit. You know what I mean? Whatever it was that they was licking you for. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and that's the funny part about it too, is that like a lot of motherfuckers, like they don't take calculated risks. You know what I mean? They was probably gonna make they're probably only gonna make a few dollars each on that shit. And what were they gonna do? Go buy some J's or something?
Yeah, it was just
some young boy shit.
It was a pound. It was a pound of some weed.
Yeah, and like, you know, judging by that time, those years, I remember the market, especially in the East Coast. You're probably dealing with some upwards of like $4,000 worth. You know what I mean? If it's something that you could break down to, which ain't even a ton of money. But you know, when you're young and you're hungry, you know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers look at people like food, and it's fucked up because they look like a motherfucker like you like food, and you ain't food. You feel me?
No, I'll fight back.
You feel me? And I'm telling you, like, Playmakers, like, this is just another one of those hustling motherfuckers that I've known. That as soon as I met him, I was like, oh yeah, he knows how to speak my language. You know what I'm saying? Because that's just, you know, like, and I'd imagine too, growing up in a place like Fitchburg, you always got tested because you were the minority over there. You know what I mean?
I can actually see that. I see where you're going.
No, I mean, this is true though. You know what I'm saying? Like, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, like, you know, shout out to Joyner Lucas. Joyner Lucas is from there. You know where you're from. You
Joyner Lucas from Worcester, man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
And it's
came up, dog.
It's majority. You know, it's majority black folks over there. You feel me? Like, so, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like they might have thought you was an easy target. And I do want to say,
skinny white kid.
Going back to how we opened up the show too. You know what I mean? Like, I know that even though you're not black, I know you're just as enraged with this bullshit because you didn't grow up with that type of hate. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no.
You know what I'm saying? And like,
yeah.
And you know what too? I will say, man, like it's you know, it's ancestral both ways. You know what I mean? I wouldn't.
Yeah.
You know, you can't blame these motherfuckers to not really trust, you know, a white motherfucker because of, you know, the
everything
history,
that's going on.
The history.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
it makes every white person look bad.
It really does. You know what I'm saying? And then like they're trying to use this whole shit. Like even Trump, he over there tweeting all these thugs out here, you know, causing these riots, and it's like, these thugs, motherfucker, what in the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, that shit is ignorant as
These
fuck.
thugs.
Because it's like, if there's a group of white folks protesting, like, say you got like, you know, PETA or something, one like, you know, PETA's right, the ones that protect the animal rights and shit.
Yeah,
they'll be out there going ham, and they'll just be like, oh, it's it's a protest group. But then if it's a goddamn, you know what I'm saying, minorities out here and they speaking out against injustice, unjust murder and shit like that, then they're like, oh, these thugs are out here. Like, yo, that's just some bullshit. Like, the media, everything, they twist everything up. You know what I mean? And like, I actually think it's interesting that I could talk to you about this shit because, you know what I'm saying? You are from you are the minority in a place where the majority is black. You know what I mean? Even though blacks are minorities. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of crazy.
But it's like I grew up in a time where, like, I don't know, how do you say it? You don't see color. You know what I mean? No matter white, black, or, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. And like, I mean, I will say this too, just in Massachusetts in general, like, you hear a lot of those stories, bro, like about the fans. Like, the fans of the Boston Celtics are some of the most racist, bro. You know what I mean? Mind you, this is just stories I heard. I ain't never been in these places, you know what I'm saying? To play, I've been to these places, any of these games or attended, but, you know what I'm saying? You hear a lot of horror stories about motherfuckers yelling out the N-word and you know what I'm saying? Like,
oh, at Red Sox games.
Red Sox games, for sure, yeah. Yeah, man, and like, you know, it's just kind of,
you know, B-Town's been hated on a lot.
Yeah. I mean,
like, I remember last time, I think it was when I was growing up, I heard that Eminem came here and people like booed him or something. So he said he's never coming back.
Well, yeah, because Eminem, he came from a motherfucking place where he was the minority. Like, he was probably the one white dude. There was probably like for every 50 black motherfuckers, there was one white motherfucker for real in Detroit. You feel me? Like, Detroit's one of those places, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, I bet you it's crazy right now in Detroit too. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, for real. I never thought about that, right?
I mean, I'm just glad that, like, where you're at, or even, you know, one of my boys here out there in Colorado, he was like, you know, they got a lot of peaceful protesting going on. And mind you, this shit can go left at any moment, but it's like,
not for real.
They're trying to actively, you know, give an example, like, listen, we can get this message out and be better than them, because that's what they want, dog. They want everybody to fuck shit up. They want to enforce martial law and shit like that. You know what I mean? But you know what?
Somebody's gonna endorse Matty Law.
That's what I was about to say. I was about to say, fuck martial law. Let's go back to Matty Law. Okay, so now, like, I know you know, so you're making music, you're doing all these shows and shit, right? You're well off into your 20s now. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? You know, I mean, obviously, this is your truth. This is part of your truth. So I'm not gonna dance around it because I know you said you're chilling with your lady right now.
This is what I'm doing. You know what I mean? This is where I'm headed, and like, so all it takes is one hit, and that's what's coming. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, but I want to preface this for the story, because, you know what I'm saying, I know you said you was with your lady, but there was somebody that you had met, and you're with this.
You talking so. Yeah. When I came to Cali, so basically, right?
Yeah, so walk us through that, because, you know, what was that conversation like? Because I know you had a lady at the time. She was originally from out in Cali, and she was going to school out there. Do I remember that correctly?
Yeah, she had work out here. Okay. So we met at my boys' club, and she had to go back, right? So we ended up going back, right?
Yeah, okay. So what was that conversation like? She was just like, "Yo, I'm going back home to Cali. You want to move
back
with me?"
When I was younger, I was always saying, like, I need to get to the West Coast for my music. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Anyways, going back to your upbringing too, as far as the genre that you're raised by.
Exactly. So
you felt like a kindred, like you felt like a kindred spirit with the West Coast.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, continue.
So I was like, you know what? All right. I always said I'm going to go out there with my music, so I'm going to go. You know what I mean? So we get out there, slowly realize we just were friends, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I meet Farmer John working at a casino. And
shout out to Farmer John, because Farmer John is legit. You know what I'm saying? They called him Farmer John for a reason. Like, this motherfucker had a green thumb, like a motherfucker, smoked hella weed. Motherfucker would dress. We used to call him Farmer John in high school because the motherfucker dressed like he would wear like flannel shirts and shit. Like, and he was a weed growing motherfucker, so they called him Farmer John. You feel me? That motherfucker's a champion smoker too. But yeah, so he's working at the casino, and so how did you meet him? Like, I mean, or because he's the key that eventually got you to meeting Prime.
So I was literally just at the casino talking about my music to everybody. I was showing him music. I was fucking, and he's like, "Oh, you do music? Well, my boy." He's like, "My boy does a bunch of stuff." He's like, "But he wants to hear your shit like before he like brings you to the studio." So then Farmer John showed him my shit, and Prime must have been like, "Damn, that's Matty Law." You know, he must have been like, "What?"
Right.
All right, bring him to the studio. So I went to the studio, lit it up.
And this is what, like, this is like 3 years ago?
Yeah,
Yeah, because I know when I met you, you were already under the umbrella for a while,
yeah,
right? Okay, that's dope. Cause you know what was crazy too is like, check this out, Playmaker. So this is how I met Matty. You know, I used to do like the Tuesday night sessions. Now, like Tuesday nights was like my night.
he tried taking my session. That's what it was.
No. Hold on. There was some kind of double book scenario that happened, and then you know, so check this out. So Prime hits me. He's like, "Hey, I gotta reschedule." I'm like, "Okay, cool." And like during that time, we would record and go live. We would go live on like IG and Facebook and shit like that, and we would just broadcast the sessions. You feel me? Because this is how we rock. You know what I mean? It was just a dope little insight for the viewers to see how it really goes down in the studio. You know what I mean? Long story longer. So I'm at home and I'm watching the live session. I'm like, let me see who took my session. You know what I mean? And then it's this kid Matty Law, and I'm like, oh, this kid is nice, right? And then
Matty.
And then I already knew the name. I already had seen the name a few times, you know what I'm saying, like on the schedule or on the calendar and whatnot. And I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? This is who he is right here. And then, you know what I'm saying, I had texted him. I might have even commented on the live stream, like, oh, the kid's nice. And then like Prime, he ends up texting, you know, I came in the next day because then that's where I got rescheduled. So now I'm doing my live session. And he goes, bro, you know, you should work with Matty Law. You know what I mean? He knows how. He knows that you were still like a raw talent too in that sense. Like you were dope, but you were still raw. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you can get some kind of more, a little bit of shaping or guidance, you know what I mean? Like he was like, and he knows I fuck with shit like that. I ain't like, if I think an artist is dope, I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't believe in potential. Motherfuckers either got it or they don't. And you know, the young kid got it. So I'm like, you know, if we could just help shape and mold him, you know what I mean? And like, yeah, so then, like, you know, I told him, I said, hey, you know what, let him, you know, so now it's the following Tuesday. So now it's like, you know, instead of arguing on who's going to get this Tuesday session, he's like, we'll just all work together. And then, you know what I mean? And so me and Irv, we slid through, you know what I mean? And then, you know, and then we did real ones. That was when we did real ones. Which was dope because that one was dope. Like, you know what I mean? It was like, and, you know, between me, you, and Irv, we're talking about Cali, Virginia, and Boston. You know what I'm saying? All in one room. It was such a dope dynamic. You know what I mean? Like, and the rest is history, man. Because then after that, like, now me and you, we rocking.
It was brotherhood, man.
Yeah, and we was rocking for real. Like I was with you damn near every day.
Yo, for real.
You know what I'm saying? Because, like, you know, because, you know, like, me and Irv, we burn up. But, like, you know what I'm saying?
We was building, though.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And then, like, you know, I was also one of them individuals too where like I'm in the lab, like especially during that time, you know, I was in the lab religiously because, you know what I'm saying, football season was about to start. I was about to pop off this you know, the GMN network was popping off. So like, and
then my grandmother got sick.
Yeah, bro, I was just about to get to that, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember I was there with you, bro, like we was smoking the wood, you know what I'm saying? Like we do. You know what I mean? You know, fatties too. Smoking fat woods. I know. I'm lighting this other one. I had two rolled up, so I'm lighting this other one right now. But yeah, hold on.
Yo, what kind of buds you rolling up? I can't find none of that Cali shit out yet.
I got some Durban Poison right now. It's my favorite strain. You know what I mean? I've been kind of sitting on a little bit of cool amount of this shit just for personal, and like.
Yo, send me a P.
Allegedly, we do things legally these days. You know what I mean? We do things legally
just fucking with
days.
you, dude.
You feel me? This guy's crazy. But yeah. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I like to, I like to smoke the Durban Poison. This is real strong sativa. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Just pulling on the Durban Poison. I like to get my thought process going when we doing these podcasts and shit. You feel me? Like, what you got? What you pulling on?
I'm smoking on a Fitchburg homegrown, just some piffery. It's good.
Some piffery. I like it. Good piff. You know what I'm saying? We're all piffery, money.
Yeah.
You feel
About
me?
to get zooted.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? About to get wicked high. He's wicked smart.
High.
He's wicked
Wicked
smart.
high. Are you acting smart right now, there, guy?
Hey, you already know me. I'm a regular smart ass. You know what I mean?
Smart ass, he said.
Yeah. Nah, but that was definitely our connection, man. We would pour up, and you know what I'm saying? I remember you put me on to like just putting CBD in my beer. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
That was your hype. You know what I'm saying? We would just dump like 1,000 milligrams of CBD oil liquid CBD in a goddamn beer and just get faded and like that.
I told you, I was on my shit out there. I told you, like, I was a fucking physician when it came to weed, dog.
And I know you missed just being able to go to the goddamn store and shit. Go down to the weed store for real. Like, and remember I had the ill joint, shout out to Elemental. You know what I'm saying? They don't pay me, but I'll still shout them out. You know what I'm saying? Elemental is it's a phenomenal club, Playmakers, if you're ever out in San Jose, California area. And you know
go to Theraleaf.
Theraleaf's cool too, but you know what I'm saying? Like, actually, they all cool, man. They all got something to offer, man. Like, it's just, and this is just kind of how I grew up, even before it was recreational type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I knew a doctor, so me and all the homies had medical cards. So like, we would just go to the goddamn dispensary whenever the fuck we wanted. You know what I mean? Like, and that eventually turned into us doing like legal shit with dispensaries, you feel me? Like, just, you know what I mean? And making this a legitimate business, you know what I mean? Where it's like, we were just, we eating, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's one thing that didn't stop, too, in this corona climate confinement. Motherfuckers need weed. That shit is essential. You know what I mean?
Corona climate confinement. I like that.
You feel me? I hate to make it sound fancy because it is still a piece of shit. Corona sucks, you know what I mean? Like, Brody, like, it's just...
Yeah, it's some bullshit right now. It sucks.
Okay, so I remember there was this one time, right? We chilling, man. Me and you, we're posted up. We're pulling on a wood, and man, you got this phone call, and you was frantic, bro. And I was like, "Yo, you cool?" Like, and you were like, "Man, bro, my grams, bro, she's not doing too hot." And I think she was already fighting something on and off, like you know what I mean? And like,
her lungs were already bad.
And you had told me, right? You go like this. You said, "Man, because by this time we're making we're getting some traction with the music. You know what I mean? We're getting some traction. We're actively getting Matty Law off the ground, and then
for real,
this shit happened. And like, when you asked me, you're like, well, I'll go back and I'll come back, soon, ASAP. And I'm like, bro, you got this family, and you're like, you're right, because you already knew the answer. You already knew that. You know what? And then I remember, you had like just maybe like a few weeks to get things together before it was time to dip out. Cause like at the time too, you weren't with your lady no more, but you guys were still living together, which was like a weird situation. Remember that?
Yeah.
Or your ex-lady, I should say. And like,
yeah.
You know what I mean? It was just, we won't get into the details of some other shit that's actually, if you weren't in the same room as your lady now, you actually make for great content. You know what I'm saying?
He said.
Yeah, but so, you know what I mean? When you went back,
I was visiting a few strip clubs. We can get into it. I was visiting a few strip clubs.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I was on my thing.
You weren't alone by any means. You know what I mean? Yeah. You had a different one, every other day even. You know what I mean? No, but bro, so when you touch back down, right? And like, also, man, my condolences again, my brother. You know what I mean? I'm glad you were able to get back there and see your grams before she passed. You know what I mean? Because you already knew this was your family knew it too. They were like, this is it right here. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No, I needed to come back, but she ended up passing, and it was. She an angel now.
Well, she's watching over you, man, and she should be proud. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right, so now, like, I mean, I want
I get back here.
Yeah, so you're back there and you're getting on your feet because I know you had a job waiting too. It wasn't nothing for you to go back.
So no, that ended up followed through.
Oh, that one fell
shit,
through.
So.
Okay.
But yeah. So I'm back here, just basically trying to
get it out the mud again.
All that shit. Help my dad out when I can. My dad ended up getting sick again, this and that, but he's all better now. Basically, I get back here and I basically meet back up with this girl that I've known for like a while. You know what I mean? And it was probably one of the best things that happened. You know.
Well, man, everything happens for a reason, my brother. You know what I mean? Like, I strongly believe that. I don't believe in no fucking coincidences. You know what I mean? Like, it's a, you know what I mean? Like, and I remember even during those times you would hit me like, I'm about to be back there, bro. And I'm like, you got to do what you got to do, man. You know what I mean? And like, bro, this thing worked out for the best, like you said. You know what I mean? Because then you ended up being able to link back up with a studio, like you told me.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You were able to.
I can get shit to Prime all day.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
You was able to finish the album. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
Kind of was able to pick up where you left off. You feel me?
Not for real. And basically, I'm ready for this next album that I got coming out.
Okay, so tell me about that. Tell me about that last album that you put out. What was that? What's the album called?
Graduation
of Matty Law.
So basically, I came back. I get fucking meet back up with this manager I had back when I was here. AGR, the Wu-Tang's Harlem 6. Some shady shit went down again. He just all about himself, you know. Like,
it's kind of crazy because what did you think the second time around is Shame on You?
Yeah, see, and that's what I'm saying. So I'm not gonna get into it. You know what I mean? So that's my fault. But basically, he did help me get the album out, but I was gonna do it anyways. You know what I mean? So I can't say that.
So he basically kind of just put his name on the thing.
Yeah, and tried to take all the credit for it. Won't let me put anything on Spotify, and it's like, well, it's all my original shit, my shit. I'm doing it. You know what I mean? I'm putting it all on there. So he you know what I mean? Like it's not happening like that. I'm not running my business how he wants to, because I'm my own business. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Does he even still work with the Wu-Tang? Because I know there's a lot of people. Wu-Tang's got a lot of little factions underneath it, but like for the most part, like a lot of people are just trying to rock with the name. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not gonna say nothing. I'm not trying to start no beef.
Well, you know what? I really wish, and again, Matty Law. That would have been a great.
Me to start beef? I'll start saying stuff
that
right
would have been a great situation. We could have told the story without saying specific names. You know what I mean?
Nah, because I want people to know, dog. Fuck that.
Yeah, that's true. Well, then
fuck that. You know me too. I'll say it live on my own shit. I don't give a fuck. You know me.
Real though. I see you. He's rambunctious. That's why I like the kid. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? But one thing I do respect about you is that, like, even though, like, you know, I've only known you for X amount of years, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? It's not like, you know, and I got to meet you through circumstance, because, like, if I might have never met you, but also I don't believe in coincidences. But the fact that we were working under the same umbrella, I was able to meet you and get to know you as a man, you know what I mean? And like I will say, in the short couple years that I do know you or have known you, I've seen you evolve, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it's about, because you know what I mean? Like, you can't be stuck in one mind state. You got to always be able to grow, playmakers. You know what I'm saying? You got to always be able to.
Not for real. And that takes you to my song called "Evolve" off the album.
See, you like how I set it up and you spike it. Tell us about the track.
So "Evolve," that's about like my hometown, right? I talk about my hometown and basically everything that goes on. A lot of people drink back here. That's all you can do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's all you can do to have fun. There's not much like Cali. You know, you got casinos like that. It ain't fucking who else? One
Yeah,
just opened up now.
Oh,
Got one
word.
now in fucking what's it called? Well, there's always been one in Connecticut. You gotta drive, but fucking one opened up in Boston.
The Mohican Sun.
Yeah,
Bro, I've been there.
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Bro, I've been there though. Like, and I've been there. Like, I remember the day I went there. I ate at some restaurant. I ate at a fancy restaurant. It wasn't far from there. It was called Latitudes.
No, I don't know it.
You never heard that one? Okay, yeah. It's like a great seafood place. Cause I'm in the area. Like, when I was through Boston and when I was through Connecticut, I always like to try the shit that's like represents it. So I went and tried the chowder. When I was out there in
Chowder.
The chowder, and like I was like, because correct me if I'm wrong, they're all about the red chowder, right?
No.
Oh, they're the white one. Okay, because I was about to say their white one was phenomenal.
Wait, I don't know. Is Connecticut with the?
No, well, I'm talking about this when I was in Boston.
No. See, red is. I thought red is New York, right? Manhattan.
Either way, the white chowder was phenomenal. You know what I mean?
That's New England, yeah. That's New England.
Phenomenal. Because I was like, I tried it all. I tried the red joint. It was trash. And I was like,
I don't like the red.
Yeah, me neither. I think it's weird. But also maybe it's because I was raised on white chowder. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because what our slang term for chowder is out here, so it just kind of sounds funny saying that. You feel me? Yeah, it's the white chowder.
Yeah, for real. Sorry.
Yeah.
Still kicking it.
Yeah, you feel me? Oh, that's funny. Now, okay, so you know what I mean? Like, so now you're out there, you're doing your thing, and then I get another phone call, bro. And this was one that fucked me up, man, because I thought I was about to lose my homie, bro, and you got in that accident.
Oh, damn, yeah, forgot about that.
I mean, that's another one of those things too, man. That where I respect.
Nah, I had to learn, bro. I had to learn.
Yeah,
I was just all stressed out from
your
everything that was going on, My grandmother, my fucking dad getting sick and all that shit. I chose drinking and fucking drank too much one night.
And I will say this, Playmakers, I've been in a whip with this man when he was faded, and he was just like a speed racer, and I'd be like, bro, I got tomorrow to live. And he'd be like, all right, and then you would drive cool. But it was like, if I never spoke up, you'd be smashing. Like, and I'm like, bruh, slow your ass down, bro. I gotta get home to my kids. Remember that shit? Like, and you had the stick shift. It was the WRX thing. You feel me?
Yeah.
So we was smashing turbo, everything. Just remember that turbo, bro? You know that turbo makes that sound.
Yes, sir.
And bro, it was smashing, bro. Everywhere we went, dog. I know you got that Irish background, so obviously he could drink, and we're just putting it in the tank, bro. Like, we used to drink, bro. Like,
we used to drink.
Yeah,
we used to drink, bro. We used to fucking we'd get like an 18.
An 18 or like some light beers and then like a bottle.
Run out and be like, what the fuck? We should have got more. Get to the store. Liquor stores are closed. So we're at the corner store. We're like, wait, how late are these open? Oh, no, okay, so we can get it? Yeah. He's like, yeah, you got it.
Yeah.
Bogard, you knew the dude, so he was just letting you get it.
Yeah, I was like, bro, you know me. I was like, okay, cool. Like, you know what I mean? Because, come on, I'm Bogard. You know what I mean? Like, motherfuckers know me. So we say, listen, go ahead, come up off that liquor, and we're good. And we call it a night. And we would just, bro, like, so a lot of my memories of you is just sitting and having like life talks for real. So I remember when you had text me and you were like recovering, bro, and I was just like, man, bro, like, what, it's square one right here. You know what I mean? You got to relearn everything. Motherfucker had to relearn how to walk and shit, even. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, for real, I was literally crawling, dog. Yeah, I had to learn how to walk. You're right, but I learned it, and that's what it is.
And now he's back running things.
For real.
Yeah, man. Okay, well, tell me about, first of all, actually, before we get to the album that you got coming out, because I do want to say that, like, I love the fact that, like, you know what I mean, like, you didn't look at that situation, because, look, I've almost died a handful of times in my life, whether, and a few of those times were to somebody else's hands. You know what I'm saying? I've had motherfuckers bash my skull open and jump at me. I've had motherfuckers stab me. what I'm saying? I've been on the, and I always looked at it as my karma because I've been on the side of both things. I've been on the side of fucking motherfuckers up. I've been on the side of being fucked up. You know, we was running around out here on some other shit when we was younger. You know what I mean? Then it came to a
Everyone
point.
does it.
Motherfuckers is we ain't even rumbling no more. We just carrying guns and shit. Whereas like, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm too fresh to fight now, but you know what I'm saying? I'll whip this thing out on them. You know what I mean? And like, it's just all steps of growing where it was like, okay, now maybe I don't even need a rock like that. Cause I started thinking like, yeah, of course we strapped up and we with the shit till this day. But it's like, going out and when you're carrying a gun and you're bringing that energy and you're drawing that energy, you're attracting it. And Playmakers, I want to stress this, like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if you don't come from the life, you know what I'm saying? If you don't come from the life, then, you know what I mean? You don't want that life. You know
Look at fucking, what is this name?
Tekashi.
Lil Peep or whatever, right? Or not Lil Peep.
I was saying, didn't he pass?
Yeah, no. Who's the other one? Fucking the white kid with a fucking. Oh.
Did he OD? Did he get murked? What you got? Help me out here.
Nah, he pulled a gun out on his fan.
Oh, fuck. And what happened?
Damn.
Well, the name's not important. What happened though?
He was at a gas station, right? And this dude was like saying he don't like him or whatever, this and that, and he got a little too close, and this motherfucker pulled his gun out, and everyone's laughing like, damn, you gonna pull a gun out on your fucking fan or whatever, and he's all screaming at him like, fucking, fucking, what is his name? God damn, bro.
So what happened?
He looked like a little bitch in the video.
What happened to bro that pulled the strap out? Did he yank it?
He got in his car and walked and drove away after that.
That's some fairy shit. He probably wasn't even loaded. And you know what's funny though? Eminem used to do that shit. Like remember when he went and he remember it was like that, say goodbye to Hollywood.
He went to the bouncer.
Yeah, and he said, he seen the Pullman heater out of his belt, and then, you know what I mean? Stashed a millimeter in his belt. Remember that shit? Like, I seen the heater and it fell, like, and he straight up said, like, he went over there trying to scare the motherfucker. But, like,
for real.
And so when he went over there trying to scare him, he purposely didn't have that shit loaded. But it was like, yo, you pull a thing out, you know what I'm saying? Even, everyone knows Eminem was fucking out of his mind, though. You know what I mean? So... But still, though, it's like, don't fuck around like that. Don't never whip a thing out unless you about to use it. Because that's some pussy shit. That's all I got to say, you know what I mean? And if you carrying it around like that and you don't have intentions to use it, you're going to draw that energy. And now you with something.
You're going to have to use it.
You're going to have to use it. Or a motherfucker is just going to smoke your ass because they just with the shit. They with the life. And now you know what I mean? Like, I do want to say, Playmakers, don't fuck around like that. You know what I'm saying? Don't. Preserve over here at the GMM network, we all about preserving life and growth. You know what I'm saying? So we can get more money.
Being positive.
Yeah, because I take it from me. You know what I'm saying? I've always referenced my past. And like where I'm at now, being a father of 3 kids, you know what I'm saying? I'm settled down. I love life. You know what I mean? If I could deliver any kind of message, it's like, listen, love your life. Because if you're still around, appreciate that shit. Because there's motherfuckers.
I love where I'm at right now.
Yeah,
I'll tell you that.
And going back to like even you surviving the accident, bro. It's like when you get a new lease on life, you appreciate that shit. Like some people, I know some motherfuckers that came back from like getting stabbed or shot, and they would be like, I'm unstoppable. Like, yo, no, you're not. You know what I mean? Like, because then it's something greater. You know what I'm saying? And even if motherfuckers don't believe in God or anything, there's something greater out there. They'll put your ass to the test again. You know what I mean? Because, you know what I'm saying? This higher power, this greater power, this God, whatever you want to call it, the universe, this motherfucker is what gave us life. You know what I'm saying? Yes, we got our lives from our mothers and fathers and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm talking about like the essence of the energies that make us who we are. That shit comes from something greater. You gotta appreciate that shit because in moments like that when you almost lose your life. And you come back thinking you unstoppable and shit, bro, you'll get proven wrong again. You know what I'm saying? You got to appreciate the life you got, especially when it almost gets taken away from you. You know what I mean?
That's fact right there.
You feel me? Okay, so what was that like when you was recovering, bro? Was that was part of the drive?
So basically, I had I got a scar on my neck now from a little gash I had from the seatbelt.
Damn, that's nuts.
Luckily, I fucking was wearing my seatbelt. I'm telling you right now, because
Yeah.
the telephone pole came literally straight up through the fucking front of the car, cut through the tire, like right on the driver's side, cut through the tire all the way up to the fucking dashboard to the steering wheel. Didn't even break the fucking front glass.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you
fucking
hit it.
out.
So the dismount was reckless, but the landing was perfect.
yeah.
I mean, I hate to make a joke about it, but you're alive and well now. I mean,
Literally,
that's amazing, though. I just want to point that out. That's fucking amazing because I know
So
you're
I
probably
cut
doing like
through it.
90.
So literally, I cut
What
through
did, what
the
did they?
pole.
Hold on, let me ask you this too. Were you evading the police or did it happen and then they showed up?
No, I was just driving fast.
Yeah, because I know you be doing like 90 to a buck. Like it'd be like a light. Check us out, Playmakers. We be at
And
a
I
light.
wasn't in San Jose anymore. I was not on the highway, so.
Yeah, because I've been out there, bro. There's little side streets and shit like that. There's not real a lot of stretches of road.
No, it's all back roads when you're driving, but you got Route 2, you got 495, but those are just mains, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure for the most part you would be smart on those ones because that's where the polices be. So you
For
just
real.
smashing through all these side and back streets, mashing. I know you be mashing, bro. You're
And
the
I-
type that'll hit the e-brake on a motherfucking corner, just around the corner. and shit.
Last thing I remember, looking down at my phone, fucking blue text message, right? And then next thing I remember is fucking, it was light out when I crashed, right? It was like, and then next thing I remember is like a cop's flashlight in my face and it's dark.
Damn, so you might have been passed out for a minute.
That's what I thought, but I was freaking out at the time, and there was like cables in the road, and the car was fucking in a fucking. So I ended up in another driveway, like
Oh, so you was in a neighborhood thing even.
not even neighborhood. It was just a main street, so it was just like a
Did they-
auto place driveway.
Did they hit you with a goddamn? Do you got a case now because of this shit?
Nah, they hit me with a DUI.
Okay, and then obviously you had to pay for damages and shit.
Nah, see, it was all insured, so
Okay, word.
the pole was covered. Luckily,
Hey man, good. Hey, you know what, dog? At least your life was covered. You feel
yo,
me?
and that, yeah, true, for real. If
That's
I wasn't
what
wearing my
it's
seatbelt, I would have been through that fucking window.
Hey, listen, Playmakers, wear the goddamn seatbelt, motherfuckers.
For real. For real.
Damn, that's nuts, bro. Okay, well, so now, but was there like a driving motivation for you when you were healing up? Like, because I know,
Yeah,
'cause I will tell you this.
I slowed down on drinking.
Okay, because I will say, because I did text you, periodically during that time. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And, because just to make, and I would send you, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, words of encouragement and shit. You know what I mean? Like, because, you know
Yeah.
how I am, bro. I'm just like, listen, you about to get back on your feet. You know what I mean? And then I would text you, and sometimes you would text me, and you'd be like, I'm walking again, or like, I'm, you know what I mean? I'm this, I'm that.
I'm
Like,
walking again. I was
Yeah.
walking the whole time, bro.
You're a savage. You're a savage because the doctor's probably like, stay off your feet. You're like, fuck that. All right, let me ask you, because you are a Caucasian man. You know what I'm saying? And all my Caucasian homies growing up, they're the ones that be like, I got Vikings, bro. I got Narcos. Like, what did they have you on? We was on them perks or what?
I wasn't on nothing. I didn't even go to the hospital. I said, fuck it.
Shit. You're a savage.
I probably got a fucked up chest and all that, and I didn't give a fuck.
You're a fucking savage, bro.
I wasn't
That's why
hurt.
I fuck with you.
I
You're a
wasn't
fucking
hurt.
beast.
I smoked my weed. I sat in the handcuffs.
Because, me, I never asked that specific part of it. I always just assumed, like, you know what I mean? Because, normally, like,
I mean, mentally, I was going through a lot. I'll tell you that straight up.
yeah.
Mentally, yeah, I was going through a lot.
That's crazy,
I was
bro.
getting over a lot of shit, like my gram. I was getting over fucking everything, man.
So, was your lady now that you're with now, she's the one that you said you grew up with her too, right?
Yeah,
So
So
was she one of the
we
driving forces too?
nah, we didn't like grow up. So
But you knew her though. You knew her prior to
yeah,
Cali.
yeah, and I'm glad she's back in my life, man.
Man, that's what's up, man. That's fucking beautiful. You know what I'm saying? Matter of
He
fact,
said, "Ba ba ba."
I got some Jamaicans on that joint. You feel me?
That's fucking
Yeah, that's fucking beautiful, man. You know what I mean? That's wicked. You know what I mean?
Nah, for real, cause she really helped me through fucking. I could call it a recovery, man. Like I was drinking a lot, and I was going down the wrong path.
Yeah,
And
man.
if I didn't have something to, I really wanted to throw my mind on, you know what I mean?
So now tell me now. So I know your first order of business was finishing up that album, the one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So how
You
was?
know that because when I left, I said that.
Yeah, that was like your mission. It was just like because we were actively, trying to give you like some guidelines, like you could still work remotely. Which is ironic because now the whole world be kind of working remotely. You know what I mean? To continue whatever they was doing before Corona. And then,
For real.
when this shit happened, this was way before the Rona. You feel me? And like
That's why I'm trying to get Prime my album. You know what I mean?
yeah. Well, I mean, you know what you gotta do? You gotta set up a Dropbox too. That shit'll get way faster.
Facts.
You know what I mean? Get a Dropbox. It'd be like
I got a Dropbox.
boom. Send them the joint, B. You know what I mean? I mean, cause now you're working on. So what's this next album called?
See, it's in the works, right? I got
So
a
you
few
don't got the
names
name
for
just
it.
yet. Okay, yeah, lay it on me.
I got a
Lay it
few.
on me.
All right, so one of them, right? I think I was just gonna make it like I'm back home. You know what I mean? So like, call it the Dirty Berg album, right?
Like it.
But then I already got the imagination of Matty Law, and you already know I'm very well inspired by Tupac. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I also thought maybe going towards a different set of beats. You know what I mean? Because I got all these beats lined out right now, and I picked them off of the same album because you know how beats gonna conjoin on each album, and you're gonna have them. The sound's gonna match. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But anyways, so I got these two, and I was thinking of calling it Against All Laws.
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay,
You know what I
I
mean?
like that. I like that.
And it kind of goes with what's going on right now.
Now you ain't lying, bro.
So that's why I was thinking. I'm fucking high right now, bro.
Hey, I was about to say, I don't know how long we've been in this thing.
That way.
I don't know how long we've been in this thing, but I'm like 4 shots in. I done smoked 2 woods. You know what I'm saying? I'm there.
Yeah, I'm right there with you.
What's funny is like, remember we were supposed to do this thing Thursday, and like I be doing podcasts all day. You know what I mean? And like I like to have a drink or 2 or 7 when I'm doing these podcasts. You know
2
what I mean?
or 7.
Yeah, you know what I mean, or 9. You know what I mean? And like,
Yeah.
and like,
Fact.
so I haven't been able to step. Normally Fridays I step out the house and go on a supply run because in this Corona climate confinement, or as I like to call it, the apocalypse. Motherfuckers, we only stepping out for supply runs. I don't give a fuck if we're going grocery shopping. They like, baby, we going on a supply run. You feel me?
Yep.
And like, long story longer, you know what I'm saying? Because of all the riots and shit, bro, and the protesting, I should call it really protesting because, you know what I'm saying? That's really what we were trying to do out here. There's just, there's this small percentage of people that are just, upstarting the bullshit. Like, you know what else pisses me off, bro? Is like, my folks in Atlanta, like one of my boys, he had sent me this video. And like it's all these protesters.
I wonder what Atlanta's like right now.
Bro, so check this out. They were protesting. And then like, you know what I'm saying? They're getting tear gassed and rubber bullets shot at them, all the shit. Motherfuckers is really with the shit too in Atlanta. You already know, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, they go to the spot the next morning. Everyone knows to meet up at the spot. It's like 5:30 a.m. Some of the protesters start showing up. And they're in like the town square. Goddamn piles and piles of organized stacked bricks. It's like, who the fuck put that there? It wasn't the black folks. You know what I mean? It's somebody put that there that's trying to excite riots, that's trying to start shit. They're trying to set motherfuckers up, bro. It's some bullshit.
Just to start shit.
You feel me? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a peaceful protest, but then if and when the police start coming through fucking with them, they're like, oh hey, there's this pile of bricks right here. You know what I mean? And it's like, bro, like, you know, them pile of bricks was so high and so massive, and you work in construction, you know what a motherfucker, a goddamn what do they call them joints that lifts up the pallets?
A forklift?
Yeah, goddamn forklifts is putting them joints there, bro. You know what I mean? These bricks is out there all organized on goddamn pallets
aliens
and shit. The aliens. Well, you know what? We the natives, bro. If these motherfuckers is aliens, we the ones that belong here. You know what I mean? These other motherfuckers is on some other shit. Yeah, but so tell me. So now, what other names you got for the album? So you got the Against All Laws, which I actually love. My vote would be for that one.
I know. See, I like that one, bro. And then it was what's it called? The Dirty Berg album, right? But that could also, like, I don't know. See, if I keep thinking, I could think of plenty shit. You know what I mean? For both. But I just felt like I could go with that one because it has a backstory to it. You know what I mean? And I like the backstory because I can feed into that a lot.
Oh yeah, I mean, and I think too when it's your sophomore outing, when it's your sophomore album, bro. You know what I mean? You want to see growth, and I think the consumer too, the fan, whatever you want to call them. Or even in this case, the Playmakers. They want to see change. Yeah, or they want to know more. And I think Against All Laws would open up the concepts more for you to, like, you know, touch on your past more. Because, you know, obviously the first album is always dope because that's like a culmination of everything you were doing till that moment. You know what I mean?
Fact. Yeah.
You feel me? Like, that's why sometimes people wait so, like, listen, check this out. I've dropped several projects. Whether they're collaboration albums, or they're tag team albums, or they're hella mixtapes. I've dropped several mixtapes, even though it's 100% original content. I called it a mixtape because I wanted my first album to be like really like, boom, I'm here. This is me for real. You know what I mean? Because also with the mixtape I can do themes, but like when I do the album, there is no theme. The theme is actually there is a theme, and it's my life. So that's why my album is called Art Imitating Life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, I probably for real would have dropped it already, but because of the Corona shit, and you know I haven't been able to I barely started getting back to the studio. You know what I mean? Because you know my girl's a nurse, so she around this shit. So it's like I just don't fuck around. You know what I mean? Like it's. You know what I mean? Like, because I fuck the misinformation that's out there about Corona. Like, you know, I work with I'm with somebody who's actually around the shit where like, she could tell me really what it is. You know what I'm saying? And versus like reading shit online or having one of the homies that swears he knows what's up. Like, there's motherfuckers that have told me they don't think this shit is real. I'm like, bro, you're crazy.
Yeah, same here, man.
I'm like, my girl's a nurse, bro. She's around this shit. This shit is real. You know what I mean? Like this shit is not. I mean, I get it. You know what I mean? Like,
this is not a joke.
No, it's not. You know what I'm saying? And like, I feel like even if you want to get into big old conspiracy shits, bro, this shit is really fucked up with how the goddamn riots and protesting because of the fucking unjust murder of George, bro. People came outside, right? And this shit could spike the pandemic, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, it's not like the shit went away. Just certain certain states were opening back up because, like, you know, there's too many factors in the economy's getting hit. So, like, listen, they will always choose money over humans, bro. So they're like, you know, we're gonna go ahead and start opening up some of these states and blah blah blah, and you know what I mean? Like because
You're
they
right.
want, you feel me? Like they don't give a fuck about people. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, they might even think there's too many of us, so they probably want shit like this. And it's like if you want to think of conspiracy, like, or even just this one motherfucker, dog. Like you said, that whatever that white cop is name, when you say he worked at the club with George.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
the same white cop that killed him.
So
The
this
white cop that
yes,
killed him.
so this motherfucker had vendetta, dog. Like this shit is fucked up. You know what I mean? Because his little fucking racist vendetta that he had against a motherfucker who probably wasn't no bitch. George, I bet you he wasn't no bitch when they was working together. Like, listen, you off duty
exactly.
right now, motherfucker. Don't talk to me like that. They probably had
Exactly.
words and shit like that, you know. And this dude just got this racism stuck in his in his veins and shit. You know what I mean? And then gets a call. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe even was trolling this motherfucker, just waiting. You know what I mean? Because I heard it was something like they were trying to say he had a counterfeit $20 bill or something. I've heard different stories, but it was like some store and they called the cops and then they just show up and kill this motherfucker.
That's fucked up.
Like for real, like there wasn't no, like when you look at, because new footage started coming out too, bro. Like, this motherfucker wasn't trying to resist shit. You know what I'm saying? He was already handcuffed. Then there's new footage of like it wasn't just him. He had bruh had his knee on dude's neck, and then all the other cops at one point they all had their knees down on certain parts of his body part. So like they were all holding this dude down unnecessarily. It was
Fuck?
yeah, bro. And you know what really makes me mad, bro? Is there's an Asian cop, bro. Like you're a minority, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like why the fuck didn't you tackle this fool or like? You know what I mean? Or like say something at least, like, bro, okay,
Tell him to get up.
Turn him, yeah, let's put him up, put him in the car. Like, this motherfucker stood there like he was part of their team, bro. Because, you know, at the end of the day, they would be like, they're not fucking with him. At the end of the day, them white folks ain't fucking with that dude.
Nah.
You know what I mean? They using that dude.
Yeah.
And now that motherfucker made himself look stupid and and because he was the one minority right there, police officer. He's representing a whole goddamn nationality now. Now now there might be ignorant motherfuckers out there that'll be like, yo, fuck that Asian cop, fuck all Asians even. You know what I mean? Like this shit could be on some. You know what I mean? It's crazy, bro. Like you know what I mean? Like this. I don't know, man.
It's getting real.
You know what, Matty Law, you know I love you, bro. And mind you, this kind of is reminiscent of the conversations we used to always have. We always talked on some life shit, issues. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Facts, man.
right? Like, so, like, you know, even though I couldn't wait to get you on this podcast, just from the time we had rescheduled it, all this shit happened. You know what I mean? So it's kind of nuts, bro. Like, I feel like as a content creator, or even just an individual that's a minority that actually gives a fuck. You know what I mean? And actually lives a life where I believe motherfuckers is equal. Like I actually live that way. Especially and thank God to where I'm from. Thank God to how I was raised. You know what I'm saying? How my parents are and how they weren't racist or they weren't goddamn, you know what I mean? Like because they instilled it in me and I can continue to instill that in my children and even, you know, my children are growing up in the place I grew up. So I see their group of friends and they're all diverse as well. And it just reminds me of how my upbringing was. And it's just sad that like, you know what I mean? As much as that doesn't change territorially where I'm from, like, you know, the diversity, racism don't go away. You know what I'm saying? Fucking, you know what I mean? It's just, that's just, like I said, Playmakers, I feel like it's going to get a lot worse before it gets any type of better. And like, you know what I mean? And like, you know what? And motherfuckers can't even be, at the end of the day, you can't even really blame African Americans. You can't really blame other minorities that are outraged because this shit has never stopped. You know what I mean? This shit has always been. You know what I mean? They feel like on the totem pole, we less, and really, dog, there ain't no supposed to be no totem pole. You know what I mean? Like when you talk about like humans. You know what I mean? Maybe if you want to talk about corporations or businesses, I get it. There's big businesses, there's corporations, there's local businesses, small startup companies, whatever the fuck you want to use. That's a totem pole. But when it comes to humans, bro, when it comes to fucking humans, bro, humankind, we're all supposed to be equal, bro. We bleed the same.
We're all the same, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's fuck shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But
Nah, it's fact. there.
So what's your regimen looking like now? You know what I mean? I hate to just kind of breeze off that. But what's your regimen looking like as far as your studio appearances? Like, are you in there like once a week, like, you know, twice a month? What's it looking like? Because I know,
Right now,
I know you be working crazy.
So I was in the studio at least. So a few months ago, after the album came out, I was in the studio maybe once or twice a week, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then that kind of stopped right now because I'm writing. I'm going in for some more material. You know, I was thinking about different ways to look at.
Okay, so you're in that mode right now.
I was literally like, I was in my artist mind. You know what I mean? I had to sit back and think for a minute. You know what I mean?
Nah, you ain't lying, bro.
You gotta do that shit sometimes. You just gotta fucking the Goma shit.
The
Slow
Goma
down.
shit.
You know what I mean? Slow down.
Yeah.
See, only I know my notebook, so I say shit and people are like, what?
You feel me? Yeah, he got a mean pen. That kid writes, bro. You know what I'm saying? All right, well, check this out. We're gonna give a little bit of intermission. I'm gonna go ahead and play a track off of me and Irv's album. It's called Firewater, featuring said guest from today's show, my man Matty Law. This is Real Ones. Let's go and bring that thing back. Bring that back one time.
For real.
Scott, Black, Matty, real one, ain't nothing fake about it. I've been all around the world getting cake at it. Moving metro tons, I'm talking mountains, honey talk, and I ain't gonna say about it. Real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, yeah. Real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, yeah.
Where the real ones at? Ain't nothing fake about me, I'm a real tough fact. No, I'm always chasing money. From Boston to the Bay, had to find my own path, had to make my own way. I be grinding, still I'm chosen for the rhyming that I throw. I'm on time when I hit go, it ain't behind the set. You throw me Irvin Bogard on the road. Bitch, that's all you need to know. What you know, I go for broke. You don't know what risk is, no. You should know what this is, oh. Yeah, it's all just starting so. I was born with every note. I'm on a level no one knows. I'm walking past where most they won't. I ain't scared to take a risk. If I'm here, I'm trying to live, so it's the real ones. Cause we the real ones, yeah.
One, ain't nothing fake about it. I've been all around the world getting cake at it. Moving metro tons, I'm talking mountains, honey talk, and I ain't gonna say about it. Real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, yeah. Real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, real ones fuck with me, yeah.
Trick what lace who? That ain't what Irv do. Got a lot of flows that'll take off your face, dude.
Yeah, cross state lines when we make moves. Push a hard line and put ice on the Jesus.
Tell you to your face too, not behind your back. Niggas talking shit, we never mind that.
And besides that, shout to all my real ones. We've been doing this hit since we was real young.
Find that prime beat, start at 10 raps. We spit dope shit and make niggas say rewind that.
Put my flight back. Red eye to Boston.
Put it in the air, flock of geese, what they call it.
Real ones.
Yeah, that's the track right there.
That's the slap. Talking mountains and the talk. Ain't got nothing to say about it. See, I want to say, Playmakers, I want to say, that song right there is a perfect example of what I was just preaching about. Like, there is no totem pole when it comes to humankind, when it comes to mankind, human beings. God damn it. You got Irv, an African American gentleman from Virginia. You got me, a Filipino Spanish goddamn mutt. Cause you know what I'm saying? Cause I just found out I got a lot of Spanish in me. It's kind of crazy. I didn't know that my dad's grandpa was 100% Spanish, and then my mom got a bunch of Spanish. Anyways, that's another story. Cause then you know what I'm saying. My sisters done did the 23andMe type of shit or something.
See, I always thought you was Spanish too, though.
No, you ain't lying. I mean, shit. But anyways, you know what I'm saying. I am like goddamn, 70-something%, or maybe even like 68% Filipino. So it's it's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's how I was raised. But then, when you find out about yeah, okay, I didn't know I was that much Spanish in me. I mean, goddamn, my real name is fucking straight Spanish anyway. We won't say my real name on air though. Ha ha, elusive. You know what I'm saying? But no, but you know what I'm saying? You got a Filipino American motherfucker from Cali. You got an African American motherfucker from Virginia. And then you got a Caucasian Irish motherfucker from Boston, Pittsburgh, Mass. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's beautiful to me. You feel me?
It's a great song. It's a great song. It puts together East and West,
Yeah, bro. And it's just...
Yo, and when we first made that song, I didn't know that Flight to Boston meant what it meant.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, okay, check this out, Playmaker.
Why don't we tell everyone what the Flight to Boston means?
In the Bay Area. Hold on, my bad. I kind of lost my train of thought because right outside the studio, there's somebody just smashing like Matty Law style driving. And they're like, they're dragging a trailer, and you just hear this trailer just crashing everywhere. It's nuts. Look at somebody. I think somebody even wrecked.
Yeah, he's dead.
No, I'm for real. My bad.
No shit.
Yeah. Hold on. Let me close the studio garage door. You feel me? Fucking dumb shit. Yeah, that shit was crazy. Now I can hear motherfuckers running right now too on feet. No, I'm serious.
No shit.
Yeah. It's crazy. Well, I got cameras everywhere. I'll peep it later.
No shit.
Boom, motherfuckers loading up right now. They loading up. They loading up whatever the fuck out that trailer.
They out of here.
Yeah, they out of here now. They was smacking around that corner though, something vicious. Anyways, so the goddamn, you know what I'm saying? Flight to Boston. So for those of y'all that know Playmakers, in the Bay Area where I'm from, a flight to Boston is getting the good fellatio. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's a metaphor. You know what I'm saying? So, but when I was on the track, I was doing a double entendre. You know what I mean? Because I was talking about, getting the red eye to Boston, but that I was also talking about getting the good fellatio. You know what I'm saying?
He said.
Yeah. Oh, Matty. Okay, well, check us out, Matty.
I didn't know that at first, right? The motherfucking dapping him up like that shit's dope. That shit's dope, and he's laughing.
Yeah.
Like, what the fuck you laughing for?
Because I be writing shit because it sound dope, but then also the fact that it's a double entendre, I'm laughing to myself.
It is a dope line.
I be writing shit like that on purpose. You know what I mean? Make a motherfucker think. You know what I mean? But then also it's like,
real.
It's
the
also
only
like,
way to write.
Bro, if I was a motherfucker from the Bay Area and I was living in Boston, right, and then you played that track, I'd immediately know. Because that would be a motherfucker speaking my language. You know what I mean? Like, oh,
for real.
He from the Bay? You know what that means? You know what I mean? Yeah. You feel me? Okay, it's Matty Law. We're gonna start closing this thing out, right? But let the Playmakers know if you could sum up your music, right? Like in a few words or even one word, dog. Like, how about that? In one word. If you can sum up your music, you know what I'm saying? Like, for the Playmakers that are gonna hear this, you know what I mean? To get them captivated, to go and find more about Matty Law's content, about his material, about his life. Like, how would you describe your craft in one word?
Motivating.
I like it. He said motivated. That's a good one. It's crazy because I was looking for I I was looking for like, you know, you're gonna hit me up with like more of an adverb, right? Like an action word, like a killer, fucking, you know what I mean? Like savage, or you know what I mean? But like, motivated, that is dope. That is dope. Oh, why they all quiet? Yeah, you got to bring them back. I like that, motivated. And seeing that's the key word, playmakers. Stay motivated. You feel me? Like, because you know what I want this show
this
to
coronavirus. Stay strong. You know what it is.
For real, dog.
Stay safe.
Right? Because this shit is like this shit is not going away. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like, especially like with all the shit that just happened from last week.
You remember the Spanish flu?
Yeah, I mean, I don't remember it, but you know what I'm saying?
Yes, I don't remember it either. But
yeah, none of us do, bro. Like, I don't think there's a person alive that remembers it, because that was like 100 something years ago. You feel me? So yes, I'm aware of the Spanish flu. Like, but see, here's the thing too with the Spanish flu is like you know what I mean? We're such a diverse world in that sense, because the Spanish flu, when the Spaniards brought that over to the goddamn, you know, the natives and the indigenous people to the areas that they came to, the reason it spread so rampant because they have never been exposed to these type of people. You know what I mean? To have like for example, like I feel like, you know, Corona is gonna need to keep evolving, or else eventually we're us as humans that have been intertwined and intermingled for like the last century. Well, you know, our immune system should be able to you know figure it out. You know what I mean? Yes. Or they'll be able to make a vaccine, I guess, even though I'm not a believer in bullshit like that, because I feel like if you ever pop up with a vaccine, that means you had this shit all along. That's how I feel.
For real.
You know what I mean? Like,
for real.
You feel me? Like, I don't know. It's nuts, bro. This shit is nuts, raw. And then, you know what really pisses me off the most is like, because of Corona, throughout this whole Corona shit, I was preaching it to us like a goddamn sci-fi movie. You know what I'm talking about? Like, you remember like you ever see Independence Day?
Yeah.
So the aliens come through, right? And then the goddamn humankind, we're all like, all right, we're all together now. We won. We unified. And like, tell me that's kind of not what like Corona should have done. Corona came through, the fucking goddamn alien trying to invade. And then us as humankind, you know, we should have band together. Granted, this is metaphorically speaking, because in this case, we had to be all away from each other, right? But that's what it should have been. Like, you know, we should have been unified in that, because now we have a common enemy, you feel me? And then now it's like, you know what I'm saying? This other enemy, this other bullshit enemy that never dies, that's been around forever, racism, this motherfucker,
for real,
it pops up again. And then now people are coming outside outraged. Not let alone the handful of states that already reopened, so people are already outside, and it's like, bruh, it is fucked up. Like, it's just all the way bad. And like, I mean, playmakers, everybody be safe. You know what I'm saying? I'm still gonna continue to pump out content. You know what I mean? Till further notice. But you know what I'm saying? But it's, you know, the same way when Corona hit. When Corona hit, it was all topic of conversation throughout all my podcasts. It didn't matter. We're not going to not talk about... I do a fantasy football.
All right, so on next week on the GMM Network, topic the coronavirus with Matty Law and Bogard.
We could do it. You know what I'm saying? Bro, like, you know, here's the thing. I have a couple different series. You know what I'm saying? So I have, you know, this series, Playmaker AF, where, you know what I'm saying? And this is season 2. Thank you, my brother. You know what I'm saying? For joining us. You know what I'm saying? You know, this was a long time coming.
Happy to be here.
Matter of fact, fun fact, Playmakers, when like a week before or 2 weeks before I launched the actual first episode of the podcast in general, like, you know, I mean, the first episode of the Real Fantasy Playmakers, before that came out, you know, you were like, fuck it, let's go on live right now. Remember that?
Yeah. Yep.
And it was nuts because, just, you know, we played, you know, like, I think at the time I had like 6 songs from the album. You know what I mean? And I was just like, we were just playing joints. I was playing a bunch of my older joints too. from my
Yo, we used to
mixtapes and shit.
freestyle and shit. That shit was dope.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's funny too because you're young too, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know, and I say that to say because you know, young motherfuckers always just want to freestyle and shit. When I'm working, we were laying some down. Not that I want freestyle, but you know what I mean.
Not for real, for real.
Yeah, but it's not like I wasn't going freestyle with you. You know what was crazy too? Before a lot of that shit happened too, like the sequence of events. Like there was a my cousin came through, and he was he was going to school out in Monterey, and he was working with a kid who was a producer from Boston. Remember that? No, he was from Massachusetts.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He was from Massachusetts somewhere. Well, he was nice. Remember?
That's right.
And he was sending us beats. We were about to get something going, but then it was like, this motherfucker started acting scary and talking like numbers and shit. And it's like, listen, you don't never talk numbers with me. I'll talk numbers with you, motherfucker. And I was like, and I told my cousin, I'm like, yo, if bro wants to work, we could work. But if he thinks he's gonna get any kind of money out of me, he's tripping. You gotta be somebody for even me to even consider it, because at the end of the day, everything we do is organic. And if I'm paying somebody, it's because they probably work for me. You know what I mean?
For real.
Like, for real though. Like, you know what I mean? Other than that, motherfuckers, ain't nobody ask you no options, bitch. Siri started jumping off and shit. Creepy. That shit was creepy.
Because you said serious.
Oh yeah, you're right. Hey, you know what's funny? I finally got a joint with Savvy, B. This shit, I'm on a hook. It's me, Savvy, and Cell. This shit goes hard.
What's it called?
Damn, I don't know what they're gonna call it. It's already finished though, but you know, I don't know what they're trying to do with it. But I heard it the other day. I heard the mixed version. I was like, oh shit, this is dope. Cause you know me, I just work. I just work and work and work. And this is one of those ones. Prime, he hit me. He was like, hey, I got this one. Write a hook for it. It's for them. And I'm like, word. So I do the hook, and then boom, you know, they fill their verses. You know, this was actually before the Corona shit hit. You know what I mean? Like, cause then when it hit, bro, I just locked in at home.
They're both hitting fucking streams.
Mm-hmm.
They're both fucking. They're hitting streams.
Does it show the streams on the number of them, like publicly?
It shows, I think, how many people listened. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Underneath awesome. In gray, right, on Spotify.
Oh, that's right. Okay, we're talking Spotify. Oh yeah. Yeah, that shit's dope because they're doing numbers.
Like each song, it says.
You know, me and my guy Swoon. Shout out to my man Swoon. We dropped a joint in January. We dropped a single. It's off of Prime's, because Prime likes to do singles, where it's Prime featuring us. You know what I mean? Like him as a producer, kind of like how DJ Khaled be doing shit.
Yeah.
That joint, I think we're at like 10,000 right now.
No shit.
Which is pretty dope because I think I've only like promoted it like once or twice for real though. I'm about to start pumping the shit out of that.
No shit.
Well, I just been caught up in my own shit, bro. To be honest, like, and like,
for real.
You know, like Prime, he's housing a lot of artists, so it's like I kind of just wait. I play my part. You know what I mean? Because I'm about to drop my album. You know what I mean? I'm getting back working. I've been showing up. My Wednesdays are my days now, so I'm in there this Wednesday again. You know what I mean? I'll be getting there. I'll be getting to it. You know what I mean? So, but you know, taking like 4 months out of me going to the studio was fucking crazy. Like,
yeah, I can see it.
Like, you know, going from me being there like multiple times a week, and like, you know how I work. I have like 2 hours at a time that I'm out here. You know what I mean? Because I got to put things on a schedule. But when I get in there, I'm bing, bing, bang, knocking things out.
Yeah.
Like
same here.
I'm a murderer. You know what I mean? In that
same
sense.
here.
I don't even want to use that word right now. That's a bad word right now. That word has a lot of. That word brings up some bad feelings right now. Makes people feel a type of way, including myself. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love it. Motivated. Going back to your answer, I love that, dog. Motivates me, dog, when I talk to you, man, and you know what I'm saying, and I know that you doing well out there because I'm telling you, like, Playmakers, he went from like everything was cool just a week ago, and then it just, you know what I mean, like, and it went crazy, bro. Remember that shit? And like, No, I'm not even saying that. I know you're laughing about it because now you're good now, but like, I mean, I've been in that situation all too many times where it's like that's why like I don't. That's why
Nah, I'm just
I
glad.
move the
I'm
way I
just glad you
move.
were there, fam.
You know,
You held me down, dog.
of course, bro, because you know why? Because like I strongly believe in like if a motherfucker's under my wing, he's not gonna make the same mistakes I did. You know what I mean? Like, and if I've been through some shit that you're going through, I'm gonna have some real isms to spit to you. You know what I mean? To be like, listen, bro, isms, bro. You know what I mean? And that's what we bring here, Playmaker AF. All them inspirational isms. You know what I'm saying? Everything, bro. But yeah, Matty Law.
Hey, yo.
Man, this was awesome, bro. This was a long time coming. I'm glad we
Thanks.
finally got to do this. You know what I mean? Go ahead and one more again. Let them know the album that's out right now. You know what I mean? Let them know where they can find you on all your social media platforms. Rap.
The album's out right now. You look up Matty Law on Google, you find me right away. All my videos are right there. You look me up on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. What?
Yeah, and
What
you're
else? Spotify, Apple Music, iHeartRadio.
And you finna
What
shoot
else?
me. You finna shoot me all the goddamn links. Everything's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, because I'm a lazy motherfucker. You shoot me the link so I can copy and paste that joint. You feel me? And it's gonna be all in the description of this episode. You know what I mean? And again, my man, I cut you off though. Let them know where all the social media handles.
Wait, what's up?
Let them know all the social media handles. You feel me?
Oh, so yeah, like Facebook, Instagram, Matty Law.
Brah!
That's it. That's
You know what
it.
I'm saying? Matty Law,
Twitter,
goddammit.
Twitter, everything else. Whatever you want to look up. Go on anything, look up Matty Law. Find
Yeah.
me.
Hey, real quick before I let you go, that's on your neck. That's a wicked sky, huh?
It's a wicked sky, he said.
Is it wicked sky?
Sky.
Is it like a remind? Actually, was that pretty good? But
Sky.
my accent?
Yeah.
pretty good?
You just said, yeah, that was alright.
Okay, all right. You know what's funny is a shout out to my homeboy Boston Brian. You know what I'm saying? He's part of the Gemmo the Icon show. I mean, I know you follow me. You know what I'm saying? I actually, these are some of my colleagues as well in the podcast
Yes, sir.
in the podcast industry. And my homie Gemmo, he's from Chicago, but he lives out there in Massachusetts. And one of his homies, Boston Brian, this fool is hella funny, dog, because he reminds me of you, like an older version of you. Like,
Shit, that's
yeah,
what's up.
but not rapping wise, like just you know what I mean, like like he'd be like he was like, you know when you fight in the car, you know what I mean, like, and I'm just like, oh shit.
That was pretty good right there.
But like the way he talks, bro, is like, it just, you know, it just makes me, you know what I'm saying, reminisce of my brother, you know what I mean? Because, you know what I mean, like, you never lost, even though you spent a good amount of time in the West Coast, you never abandoned the accent. It just stayed with you. Because that happens
Hell
to,
no.
like, my brother-in-law, he's from Jersey, you know what I mean? When he came out here, his accent was thick, and then, like, after a couple years, and maybe even, like, after, like, 10 years, it was completely gone, like, you know what I mean?
Damn.
Well, I mean, because, you know, everybody talks proper, or at least out in the West Coast. At least that's what people say that aren't from the West Coast.
Nah, you guys do. You guys talk very...
See what I'm
You guys
saying? Like,
talk very
hey, bro,
proper.
when they say proper, I'm like, I mean, yes, we got Ebonics, like, you know, like, especially someone like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know, we talk a certain way, but then, like, as far as twains and accents go, yeah. We don't, yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I'm saying, as far as accents, you guys have, like, no accent. It's just you guys say every word original, how the word's supposed to be
You
said.
feel me? Like, we
For
do
real.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I've been to Arkansas, and they don't say any words.
They say what you said. They really do though. I was through Little Rock before. Dude was like, "What you said," like, you know, when that means like I agree. You know what I mean?
No shit.
Well, I
No
mean,
shit.
yeah, like it'd be like what you said. You know, you'd be like, yeah, woo, 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 and then the motherfucker be like,
Woo, woo.
what you
He said-
said.
Yeah,
Well,
y'all got that woo too.
Well,
Y'all say woo woo woo.
yeah, that means like
Anytime
blase
you talk
blah.
about-
That means like, you know, et cetera, et cetera. You know what I mean? It means like yada yada.
Like they was like woo 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 woo.
Yeah, because that's like long story longer. You know what I mean? Like you kind of fill in the blanks.
Oh shit.
You feel me?
Yo, for real.
Yeah, but Matty Law, man, it's a pleasure again. Man, you be
That
safe.
was wicked awesome.
It was wicked awesome. That one was kind of bad, huh? I didn't do that one that well. That last one. Yeah, man. But you know what, brother? You know what I'm saying? You know it's all love, my brother. You know what I mean? Thank you.
For real.
And-
I miss you, homie.
Yeah, I miss you too, Five. You know what I mean? Well, hey, one day again, man. One day we'll all reunite, bro.
Yeah, for real. Come
You know
on,
what I
dog.
mean? Yeah, you already know, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it'll always be like we ain't never miss a skip a heart or a skip a beat, whatever the saying is. You feel me? Like a heartbeat.
Yo, how was that? Skip a heart. Skip a heart.
You know what I mean? Like a like. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what motherfuckers look. That's what hearts are these days. They're likes. You know what I'm saying? And with that said, Playmakers, drop a like, a thumbs up, smash a like, all the shit, subscribe, everything. Follow me at Bogard Scott Free World on IG. Follow me at the GMM Network on IG and Twitter. You know what I'm saying? And you know, man, we're just gonna keep living out here. You feel me? Don't let them kill us. Playmakers.
Nah, for real.
For sure. My brother. Hey, I'm gonna cut this thing off.
Hey, he said I'm gonna cut it off.